card. From who's viewing? One viewer is there somewhere. Somebody is viewing at this point. That's interesting. Have you told anybody?
Well, I mean, we put it on Facebook and...
there is somebody is viewing this. The light is not sufficient here. You know, you go to the bookshop, in bookstore behind it.
Okay.
Behind the bookshop.
I can open it. I know the code to the...
Right. There is a set of lights there.
Okay.
Standing lights.
Standing,
yeah.
Okay.
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Samasta Jana Kalyani Niratam Karunamayam Namami Chinmayam Devam Sadgurum Brahma Vidvaram. Is there a power line there? No, then this will be fine. Is there a power slot there? Outlet? No? Right? That's too far. Anyway. Yeah, let him come. So first of all, it's very interesting that you all got up on a Saturday morning and are here. Thank you for that. And I was told by the organizers that this group is more mature than usual Yokendra, because a little serious about what they want to study. Am I right? No response. No response. That means I cannot assume things. Huh? Yeah. That's right. No, that's not. There's no bulb there. Is this okay? Come a little closer. Now it's okay. Okay. Studio. No. My face is clear now. Okay. So, all right. So I assume that you have come here to seriously look into the concepts of Karma Yoga or the secret of action. So why did we call it as CHYK seeking inspiration, CSI? Because there is a lot of investigation to be done. Crime scene investigation, right? That is what is CSI.
Yeah.
So there's no crime here, but the prime. Our own looking within is very important. And I have given this simple reason why we as human beings have greater curiosity than other human beings. Because we have something called intelligence. The intellect always questions. Why, when, where, how, what, why not? So as human beings, we cannot help but ask questions. And more so when we are educated in universities, they kindle that process. Constantly kindle the process of questioning. And unless we are satisfied, convinced by our intellect, we don't undertake anything that we do. That's why it's very hard for you people, those who are growing up to become 25, 30, to get married. Why should I get married, first of all? Whom? And constant inquiry upon whether that person is suitable, compatible, comfortable. We go on asking questions. Surely, there cannot be 100% match. So, if we look for perfection in the world outside, we'll be very disappointed. Definitely. I have tried it and I got disappointed. Even in oneself, there cannot be perfection. But striving for perfection is the whole process of spiritual growth. One's own perfection, not the world outside. Even science, what is the pursuit of science? Cause hunting. Our Gurudev would say cause hunting. If you are sick and going to a doctor, what does he do? He will find out, diagnose, what is the cause of your sickness? Yesterday I was with some small kids and one boy asked, Swamiji, why did banana go to doctor? I said, I don't know. It was not feeling good. So, what is the reason why you are not feeling good? So, diagnose and cause. Cause hunting is the nature of science. Once you know the cause and the effect relationship, and if you rectify the cause, you can rectify the effect. If you remove the cause, then the symptoms will also go. But they will work from the symptoms towards the cause. Correct? Doctors. So, they look at the symptoms and then go for the cause. So, that is the way it has been practiced in science. And so, here when we, in a spiritual life, which is not just a religious blind belief, the same process of cause hunting is used. Why am I unhappy, basically? Am I? First of all. First of all, some of us say, oh, no, I'm generally happy. Okay, but not all time. All the time you're not happy. So what makes you unhappy? The inquiry began thousands of years back. The scientific-minded rishis, they never took anything for granted. They wanted to inquire. In fact, the word inquiry, to be precise, is known as mimamsa in Sanskrit. In Sanskrit, the ma is to measure. Mimamsa is to measure something, to calculate something, to know something, to find out what it is. So, it is this mimamsa or the inquiry is divided broadly into two parts. About the world and all the experiences that are possible in the world. Whether the perceived world of what we are experiencing now or the world that I don't see, like heavens, etc. That is called Purva Mimamsa. All the Vedas come into that. But they are not satisfied with only that. I see and experience the world, but I want to know who is experiencing. Going within and finding out that any experience must have two things, the subject and the object. Objective experience is what the science is all about. Subjective experiences is about Upanishads. That is called Uttara Mimamsa. Uttara Mimamsa, higher inquiry. The inquiry about the world and arrangement of the things, how I can make the whole world in such a way that I can enjoy max. Dharma, Artha, Kama. But who is experiencing here? Who is the person? If I can correct myself, which is easier than correcting things outside, because always things would change. But if I can inquire and make this perfect, then I can have perfect happiness. It's like if I am not able to see a thing very clearly, there must be a problem with my eyes. So I go and find out what's the problem with my eyes, and if I can remove the, what do you call that? Cataract, or correct the lens, then perfection, perception is clear. The eyesight is relatively better. Similarly, if I can correct the mind, then I have better happiness in the world. I can derive maximum happiness in the world. That's why Gurudev said our motto is maximum happiness to maximum people for maximum time. So this is called Uttara Mimamsa, the higher inquiry. So higher inquiry is called Vedanta. Upanishad is Vedanta. The essence of Vedanta is taken out and made as Bhagavad Gita. If Upanishads are considered as the cows, Gita is considered as the milk. This is in the beginning itself he says. Sarvo Upanishado Gavo. If Upanishads are all the cows, Dogda Gopalanandanaha. The Lord Krishna is the one who is the milkman. Dugdam Gita Amritam Mahat. And the milk is Gita. And the milk will not come out of the cow unless there is a calf there. Right? Only looking at the calf, the milk comes out of the cow. And the calf is Arjuna. He's only an excuse there. Hey Arjuna, sit here. Okay, now I'll take out the milk. So, that is the reason why Gita is considered as the essence of the whole Upanishads. Now, interestingly, what we find is Karma Yoga as a topic is not discussed in the Upanishad at all. Never. Only one mention is there somewhere in the Ishavasya Upanishad. Otherwise, they will never talk about Karma Yoga, the perfection in action. Because in Upanishad, the teacher is also a great renunciate who has completed his work and he doesn't want to do anything. And the student who comes there also has done with the world. They are not interested anymore. So the discussion which took place between these two people who are not interested in action is not about action. Whereas in the case of Arjuna and Krishna, both of them are in the field of action. They are about to begin an action. A terrible action indeed. War. War is about to begin and Arjuna was hesitating to act. I don't want to do. Why? Because it's all my people. My cousins. My grandfather. My uncle. My teacher. How can I kill them? So Krishna smiles and said, there is something seriously wrong with you. Because you are a man of action. You are a soldier. You are a warrior. Born warrior. Peaceful warrior you should become. Not a terrible warrior. You know, peaceful warrior, there is a movie. A book also. So you should become a peaceful warrior. Meaning what? War for peace. This is so contradictory, isn't it? Can you imagine that? War for peace. Because war means there is no peace at all. That's why Leo Tolstoy wrote a book, remember that? What is it called? War and Peace. So here Krishna is talking about what? War for peace. It's totally contradictory. How can war will lead to peace? So Krishna says, yes, it is possible. Why? He says, here the war is not against people. It is about principle. If somebody is fighting for a wrong principle, you have to fight against it. You are not killing the people. You are trying to correct the principle. And in the process, you may have to eliminate certain people. You cannot avoid it. Just like if there is a cancerous growth in my body, it is my own body. But can the doctor say, after all your body, should I cut it? Then you also say, it's okay, my own body. You have to remove it because it will eventually destroy the entire physical body. It may be a small growth, but it is not advisable to leave it there. It's part of your body, all right. And unless you remove it, just like a weed in the garden, it's also growing along with all other plants. But that weed is also fed by the same land, same fertilizer, same water, same rain, same sun, same land. But you cannot afford to leave it there. Why? Because it will overtake everybody else. It will be not good for the health of all other plants. Therefore, weed it out. In the same way, you as a warrior must fight against a principle. So, if you have not understood what the principle is, you will indeed not be sure why you should fight. That is why he says that in the chapter 3, in the beginning itself, Arjuna asked this question. Jayasi chet karmanaste mata buddhir janardana tad kim karmani gore mam niyojayasi keshava. In the first verse, if you see that. You take the page number, I don't know which page number is that. No, not in that book. The book. All of you have that, chapter 3. Tell me the page number, let us see. Quickly. First verse. Yes, sure.
I have a different book, but I think page 7 maybe.
Page number?
No, page 5. Page 5.
Page 5. Jayasi chet karmanaste. Repeat.
Jayasi chet karmanaste.
Mata buddhir janardana.
Mata buddhir janardana.
Tat kim karmani gore mam.
Tat kim karmani gore mam.
Niyojayasi keshava.
Niyojayasi keshava.
Oh Lord, why are you putting me in this terrible action? Jayasi, if you think, thinking is better than acting. People perfect themselves by thinking properly, but not by doing things. But you are putting me into this terrible war. For what purpose? So Krishna smiles and said, I think you have understood wrong. Because in your understanding, I don't need to do anything. To become happy, I can just meditate. Sit down quietly and then take a deep breath. Quietly sit down, meditate. Good. It surely will make you happier than before. Just like, some few hours back, you had a great, deep happiness in sleep. Yes or not? Otherwise you would not have gone to sleep. Did you have joy of sleeping? Yes or no?
Yes.
All of it. Otherwise you would never go to sleep. Oh my God, I have to sleep today. Oh. Have you ever thought about like, what to do? I have to sleep. You never had that, feeling of sorrow or unhappiness about sleeping. So many people, while giving talk also, not the one who is talking, but the one who is listening, they enjoy that blissful sleep. You are not. One person came to me and said, Swamiji, I'm finding it very hard to sleep in the night. What do I do? So I said, I'll give you my talks, Just put it on. You'll go to sleep. Or take a huge, that Bhagavad Gita book. Immediately good. That's why they keep this Bhagavad Gita or Bible next to the bed in their rooms, hotel rooms. Anybody will say. Why? Because if you don't sleep, just open it. Immediately you'll go to sleep. So why you like sleep? Because it's not only physically you're relaxing, but mind is enjoying a peace. But can you remain there all the time? You cannot, because your own desires will wake you up. Body will wake you up. Hunger, thirst. Or you have to do certain things which you have supposed to do, or you want to do, you wish to do, you like to do. You can't sleep forever. So, Arjuna, if you think you stop acting and then you will become happy, not going to happen. That's why immediately he says, Na karmana manarambat naishkarmyam purushoshnute nacha sanyasana deva siddhim samadhigacchati. You can never be happy by not doing action or running away from action. Running away from action is not a solution. Now, simply I ask you a question. Why do people act? Why do you do anything? The simple reason why we do anything in our life is to add happiness to ourselves. And no one acts in this world without thinking about joy. Sukhaya karma karoti manushya. Only for the sake of joy or happiness a person acts. If that action is going to bring more pain, he will not do it. That is why people who are not convinced about doing exercise, they will not do it. Why? It's a pain. To start with, it's a pain. Stretching or running or walking, it's such a painful process. But if you are convinced about the lasting happiness that will come to you because you are healthy, if you can understand that health that is going to be gained by me when towards the end of it, then you don't mind going through the pain. Right or wrong? Immediate happiness is not there. Eating is immediate happiness. Working out is not immediate happiness. Graduating is happiness. Studying is not happiness. Not at all. She's shaking her head vigorously. No way. So, the process, if you not understand why I am doing it, then you would not do it. Why? Because that action causes pain. But if you are convinced about what comes out of it, then you don't mind spending time, spending energy. So like if you are in a football team or basketball team or any other team, you have to really exert yourself. But end result is, okay, we have won. The joy of winning, the joy of that victory, that pushes you to go for it. So Krishna says, you are hesitating to act because you are not sure about the result. In fact, Arjuna earlier said this. Are you sure, Krishna, that we will win? Do we win or they will win? Tell me that. So Krishna said, I won't tell you. Later on he says, but I won't tell you. Why? Because if I tell you, you would not do it. Now let us say, we won't win, if I say. Then will you act? If I say we will win, you will ask, why should I act? See, tell me that. Do we win? Yes. Then why should we do anything? Do we win? No. Then why should I do anything? In both the cases, you won't do it. Think about it. It is like when you are reading a book, a novel which is crime and all suspense. First page itself, some few people were murdered. And the dark person who, in the shadows, he disappeared. Now, the whole book is about finding out who that fellow is. Crime scene investigation. But you have a choice to go to the last page. Yes or no? Okay, who is this? 346th page you understood. Oh, this is the fellow he killed. Now, will you read the book again? You may read. I don't know, but you may be peculiar when you go now point out how it has happened. Or you are watching a movie, the first scene is a murder, and then you go, last scene, who's the fellow who's caught? The whole intention, the whole process will be a waste. You will not have the thrill of seeing a movie or reading the book anymore. So now you see, if I say whether we win or not win, both of them will discourage you to act. So I won't tell you. You must enjoy the process of action, not just the result. That is the very crux of Karma Yoga. The process of achieving, engaging in action is more joyful than achieving anything at the end of it. In fact, somewhere I read, it's such a beautiful thing. If the destination is joyful, you don't mind going through the journey. If the journey is beautiful, you don't bother about the destination. True or not? If the destination is joy, you don't mind going through the journey. If the journey is joyful, you don't bother about destination. Karma Yoga is about not bothering about destination, the joy of journey. Because Karmani Yoga, that is what is called Karma Yoga. Engaging in action with joy. So as I said, in the Upanishad that is not taught because both of them have finished their bothering, they don't bother about doing any action. Why? We are done with the world. I have nothing to do with this. But you and I, who are in the midst of action, cannot do that. Because we are full of challenges, full of responsibilities, things to take care. A whole life is ahead. So therefore, we must know how to enjoy engaging in action. That's the whole crux of Karma Yoga. Now Krishna earlier said in Bhagavad chapter 2, it's a very important verse, Karmani eva adhikaraha te. You are qualified to engage in action. Ma phaleshu. Don't bother too much about the result. Ma karma phala heturbhuhu. If you are bothered too much about the result, you will be constantly disturbed by that. And finally he says, Mate sangostu akarmani. But never stop acting, engaging in action. 4 principles. Number 1, you are qualified to act alone. Second, don't get anxious and excited about the result. Third, do not become victim of your results. Fourth, don't stop acting. In fact, this is the birth, the very origin of Karma Yoga. You are qualified to act. In fact, in this chapter 3 itself, Bhagavan Krishna says, no one can remain without action even for a few moments. Nahi kaschit chanama vichata tishtatya karma krut. Without engaging in action, not a single moment, conscious moment, wakeful moment, a person can remain. You may not be physically acting, but mentally you are. You are sitting here, and it is my stupidity if I assume that all of you are listening. Well, some of you are already wondering, after this, hopefully you will finish in time. After that, I will have a break, and then somehow manage this another 2 sessions, 1 session. After that, lunch. After that, out. I have to do this. At Black Friday, I didn't finish. On Black Saturday, I have to do it. So, your mind is already calculating, planning, and then scheduling, and then after that, I have to call somebody. Is it not true? Physically, you are there. Mentally, you are not there. It is said that in one church a priest was giving some kind of sermon, and then at the end of it he went to the door and then thanked everybody who was leaving. Thank you for coming. Thank you for coming. So one person came in the line, said, thank you for coming, he said the priest said, I am so unhappy that I came today. And such you gave a sermon which is so boring and so painful to sit through that whole 1 hour. Somehow I managed to finish it. Right? So this was a little unhappy that, such a... Anyway, he said, okay, that's fine. That fellow went and then came back again and stood in the queue. Then after 3-4, the fellow again came. And I had such a painful experience today. I would not come back again. And he went. Then after some time he again came back. So he was really feeling annoyed, this priest. So he asked others, why is he coming again and again? They said that he's just expressing everybody's opinion. We didn't say that, but he is saying on behalf of all of us. So don't worry, I'm not going to ask any one of you at the end of it. It is said that there was, what is that, recently we had war victims, what is it?
Memorial.
What is it? Veterans Day. So on Veterans Day, this boy was standing outside the church and he was looking at a huge board, where they said the list of people who died in service. It was there. He was reading that names. So the priest came out and said, hey, what are you looking at? I'm seeing the list of people who died in service. Yeah, see, they are really sacrificed their life. So he looked at the priest. Which service, morning or evening? During the morning service or the evening service of yours that they died? So, the point is, even when you are talking, I cannot assume that you are all listening because your mind is more active than your body. That's why when we finish a lecture, etc., the moment we finish, people start talking in the loudest possible voice. Why? Because they were all suppressed all the time. They were listening to you unwantingly. After that, so Krishna says, not a single moment an individual in their waking time will ever keep quiet. Either physically active or mentally active. Nahi kasit chanamade jagtishtete karma. Karyate avashak karma. Surely everybody will act. Sarva prakriti jai gunai. Why? Because your own nature will not allow you to keep quiet. Your desires, your ambitions, your goals, your likes, your dislikes, your wanting, what you want to do, what you wish to do, what you are happy to do, all those things are there which pushes you to act. Therefore, Arjuna, he says, never think you can remain actionless. But if you can conquer your desire, then action will get reduced. What makes you act is your desire. What makes you desire is you want to be happy. What makes you want to be happy? That you are ignorant that you are already happiness. See, this is called avidya kama karma. In Sanskrit, what we say, ignorance, desire, action. IDA, it's called IDA. Ignorance, that I do not know that I am happiness. That I want to be happy. That ignorance is making me desire things. That desire makes me act. So unless you remove the basic cause, the desire, if it is removed, action won't be there. And desire cannot be removed unless ignorance is removed. And ignorance cannot be removed unless there is knowledge. Now, just now I asked you, were you not happy in sleep? Even if you are not, others are very happy that you want to sleep. No. Especially small children, no? Once they go to sleep, the parents are so, I am so happy these 2 monkeys have gone to sleep. Now, is it not true that every one of us enjoy the slumber of sleep? Like a lumber, we are lying down there. What gives you happiness in that sleep? Who is accompanying you? Who is giving you company? What have you achieved? What have you accomplished? What have you learned? What have you completed? What have you won? What you enjoyed? What you experienced? What did you see? What did you eat? Nothing. Is it not that in that state of sleep where you have not done anything, still you say it's happiness? So this is the inquiry our rishis went into. If sleep is happiness, or sleep condition is happiness, happiness is not outside. If I say I have nothing to do with the world where the whole world is shut down, I'm not seeing anything, I'm not hearing anything, I'm not touching, tasting, smelling, walking or talking and thinking, nothing. Where am I? Full of joy. If that is the case, where is the source of joy? Let us diagnose this. Where is the source of joy in sleep? It has to be within. It has to be within. So, what makes me not happy during the waking hours? This happiness within is not discovered, it is disturbed. Disturbed by what? By thoughts. By thinking about that, thinking about this, I want, that, I want iPad, I want iPod. Somebody sent me in the Facebook. One boy, a girl, mother and father, all of them sitting in a couch. The boy said, I have iPod. The girl said, I have iPhone. The wife said, I have iPad. The man says, I paid. He is the only person unhappy. So all that we need is to add some kind of engaging my mind. My mind is otherwise disturbed. So when you inquire deeply, in the sleep, I am happy. Nothing provided happiness there. That means I am the source of happiness. Why am I not happy now? Meaning, why am I seeking things outside? Because I am not with myself. The eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, mind, everything is pulling me out of myself. When I see something, I want to get that. I want to see that. I want to hear that. I want to enjoy that. I want to go there. So then, Krishna says, this ignorance of the fact that you are happiness is the cause for you to get out. That's why Gurudev used to say, non-apprehension of the reality causes misapprehension of the plurality. Non-apprehension, not knowing of the reality, happiness, makes you misapprehend to get into a world of plurality. So long as desires are there, you will keep acting. Once the desires are removed, desire cannot be removed unless your ignorance is removed. What is ignorance? Basic thinking that I am unhappy. Not discovering your own happiness. So the knowledge that you are happiness, Anand, has to come. Until that is there, not there, if it is not there, you still remain unhappy. And because of your unhappiness, you are desire. Because of desire, you act. So Arjuna says, then the simple elimination is, instead of acting, let me go and gain knowledge. True. Very good, Arjuna. But you cannot get that knowledge unless your mind is calm. In a running water, I cannot see my face. Can I? Even though water is a reflecting media. Right? But in a running water, I cannot see the face. Nor do I see my face in a dirty water. in a water, in a play, in a vessel or in a pond where the water is clean and not moving, I can clearly see my face. In the same way, so long as your mind is dirty and running, you will not be able to go within. Because mind is disturbed, constantly moving. And it is also full of pollution of various different thoughts. You cannot see yourself. You cannot discover that inner happiness. So let us say that you want to comb your hair and there is a mirror there. So you go there and you're about to comb and then you start shaking that mirror. Will you be able to do anything then? If you keep shaking that mirror, shaking that mirror. Hey, don't shake it. Keep it on place. Then I take some, dirt and put it there. Now watch. You made it dirty. So when it is dirty, I cannot see. When it is moving, I cannot see. What it should be? It should be clean. It should be still. Arjuna, your mind has to become clean and still. Cleaning is the process of karma yoga. Stilling is the process of meditation. That's why immediately after karma yoga is talks about meditation. First clean the mind. Then keep it still. Then you can see. If it is still but still dirty, you cannot see. If it is clean but not still, you cannot see. So clean the mind and still the mind. Then you see the mind. See yourself in that. So Arjuna says, but what is the connection between cleaning the mind and karma yoga? I am doing action. And you are saying clean the mind. How does it work? Is it okay? I'll tell you one thing. There was one sadhu, one rishi was living in a small hill, and he was all by himself. He was doing some work. One day a boy came to him and said, I would like to learn from you. Very good. And boy, very good. What have you learned so far? He said, I learned this, I learned that, I learned so many things. I am engaging in some gardening. Will you help me first? Oh yeah, of course I will help you. Good. He gave him a bamboo basket, which has a lot of dirt in that. Take this bamboo basket. Go down the hill some half a mile down. Pick up some water and bring it for me to do the gardening. So the fellow was very enthusiastic. He took that bamboo basket, which is full of soil and dirty. He ran down the hill. There was a river running. Picked up the water and he was coming. By the time he reached the top of the hill, no water remained. Why? Bamboo basket. Small holes. Water, everything is gone. My guru, here. There's no water at all. Oh? What happened to the water? You are asking me? You tell me, did you take the water at all? Yes, I picked up the whole full basket of water. And then what happened? It's full of holes. He said, go again. Go and bring it. Now you can go and come very fast so that you can bring some water. So the fellow picked up again, went down there half a mile, picked up the water, ran. Even as he reached the top of the hill, nothing was there. No water. Go down. He said, I'm going back and forth and I am exhausted and then there is no water. So the teacher said, so do you think you wasted your time? Of course I wasted my time. Say that. Basket full of holes. So the Guru smiled and said, there is something that you achieved. Did you notice? What? Now look at the basket. It's clean. Is it clean or not? Yes, that is achieved. Similarly, action is meant for purity of mind. It will not give anything else. By doing some action, you will not gain the true final happiness. But it will definitely make your mind clean. How? That's the point. Here he says, by doing action without anxiety about the result, your mind is mindful in the action. So when you are playing soccer, don't kick the ball looking at the scoreboard. When you are playing in that, you do that only. That's called mindfulness. If you are anxious about the result, obviously you will not pay attention to what you are doing. You must plan for the result, but not anxious about the result while acting. That is the secret of Karma Yoga. So then Arjuna asks, this is a high hypothesis. How do you think anybody in this world will act without being anxious about the result? Krishna smiles and said, look at the nature. Look at it. Is it not food? Is it not true that all of us are nothing but product of food? You are what you eat. Correct or not? Therefore eat our burger. That's how the advertisements go. You are what you eat. All beings are made of food. Correct? If you don't eat for 10 days, then you can see how your body is. Another 20 days, 30 days, we'll have to carry you. 45 days, you're gone. Nobody will be there. No, nothing will be there. So every part of our body is nothing but product of what we eat. True? Annat bhavanti bhutani. From the food alone, all living beings are. But where does the food come from? Plants, fruits and vegetables and other things. All these are all food. These plants and vegetables and fruits cannot be there without water. Water alone is giving sustenance to life. Yes. Good. Where does the water come from? Water come from rain. Water comes from the rain. Parjanyadanna sambhavaha. Parjanya means rain. From the rain alone, the water comes. You cannot take the sea water and then pour it in your plant. It will die immediately. The water that comes from the rain, which is flowing into the mountains, and then mountain brings small rivers, and rivers are which is picked up, and then that is the groundwater, and the groundwater is that which makes the plants and trees grow. Okay, good. So from the rain, the water. Where does the rain come from? Where does the rain come from? Rain comes because of the heating up of the ocean. Right? But in the Vedic rituals, what they say is, the rituals that individuals do invoke the rain. The rains are product of the individuals who are doing the rituals there. In the Vedic tradition, that is how it is. Because they pray to the Lord of rain and then do the rituals, and pleased by that, the rains come down. So the rains that come down makes these plants and everything grow. And with the food of that we survive. So karma is, the ritual is done, and then rituals came from the Vedas. Vedas came from the Lord Brahma. Brahma is born out of Brahman, the Absolute. And therefore, all of us are originated from that only. Please understand that. So Arjuna says, this is too complicated. I don't understand this. So Gurudev made a beautiful interpretation of this. He said, the food is not food, but prosperity. A country become prosperous, then you say, we live happily. Prosperity means wealth shared. If wealth is in one person's house and none of them, it is not shared with anybody else, then that country is really poor. Why? Because only few people have the wealth and others are all suffering. Prosperity is where the wealth is shared. So wealth comes from hard work. We work together and then make it happen. To work together, we have to come together. The coming together is what is called industriousness. So the industriousness is the God which we invoke. See, you can do certain things which I can't do. I can do certain things which you can't do. So what X can do, Y cannot. Y can do, Z cannot do. So all of us coming together, fulfilling each other's needs, we come together. It's cooperative endeavor. This cooperative endeavor is what is referred as yajna in Sanskrit. Sacrifice. So you sacrifice your time for a common purpose. I sacrifice my time for a common purpose. And then we will enjoy it. Like for example, if you are living in a home, the mother is taking care of the children or the people there by spending her time and energy in preparing the food. And the father of the house, probably he goes out and then work there and spend his time and energy to bring the money. So each one of them engaging in different action, sacrificing their time and energy for the common purpose. Then only there is prosperity. This sacrificing for a common purpose is called yajna. And therefore, karma yoga is you do action not only for yourself, for everybody around you. In that doing so, your share, your portion of action, you should do without even thinking about what do I get, what do I get, what do I get, what do I get, what do I get all the time. Instead ask, what do I give, what do I give, what do I give? Is it not in our own physical body, eyes are seeing, ears are listening, nose is smelling and tongue is touching? To whom? For whose purpose is doing? Ears are saying, I am doing that for the eyes. Is it so? The eyes are saying, I am seeing for the ears. No. Eyes are not for seeing the ears. Ears are not doing for that. Eyes and ears and nose and tongue, all of them are engaging for someone who is different from all this. Think about it. Who is that to whom eyes are seeing, ears are listening, tongue is tasting? Me. Who is this me? Now you ask that question. If you see a car, okay, what is a car? There is tire, there are tires there, there is a bonnet there, the steering wheel is there, seats are there, engine is there, motor is there, gas is there. Where is car? Where is car? What do you call it as a car? Is the tire alone is the car? No. The steering wheel is car? No. The seats are car? No. The engine is car? No. The motor is car? No. Gas is car? No. Then all of them put together, you call it as car. Isn't it? In the same way, is the eyes you are? Is the nose you are? Is the tongue you are? You say, I have the tongue, I have the eyes, I have the skin, I have this body, I have the leg, I have the hands. But I am not the hand alone, I am not the leg alone, I am not the ears alone. Then who are you? A composite of all this. Right? In the same way, the whole society are many different individuals, but having a common purpose. When you recognize that and do the action, your role properly, then you are doing karma yoga. Without anxious, because the result is not for only you. The whole unit together is doing something for a common purpose. So when you are taking the food and putting it into your mouth, is it for the tongue you are eating? Oh, my dear tongue. For your sakes I am eating. Then you will be eating all junk food only. When your mom gives some healthy food, no, I don't want that. Why? Tongue doesn't like it. For tongue you're eating? No, it doesn't look good. For eyes, okay, eye, please eat. Not for the eyes you are eating. Nose, it doesn't smell good. The nose you are not eating. It doesn't sound good. It doesn't touch good. You are not eating for the tongue or the eyes or the ears or the nose. For stomach you are eating. Then eat that. No, stomach eat now. It's for you are eating. Who are you? The health is for you, not for the stomach, not for the ears or nose or tongue or skin. These eyes, ears, nose, tongue, skin, all these are all input channels. They are all external upadhis, what you call it as, external instruments which are making my health possible. You understand? So then, in the same way, each one of us are limbs of a society. It is for that society, which is like a human being, let us say, each one of us are engaging for the welfare of that community, society in which you live. You are not doing for her, he's not doing for him, he's not doing for him, nobody is doing for anybody else. We are doing it for the common community or society together. Just like your body's various parts are working for the common person called me, who is not any particular part. So Lord Krishna says, when you recognize this and engage in the world, that everyone should fulfill his part of the society. And everyone does so, then the society is prosperous. If the cop is there and he does his work, a doctor is there, he does his work, a lawyer is there, he is doing his work, a businessman is doing his work, everybody doing their work, that's called swadharma. When they do their work properly, the whole society will prosper. If one does and another doesn't do his job, to that extent it is lopsided. If one part of my body doesn't work, to that extent I am weak, right? If I can't hear, then that part of my personality is gone. If I can't see, then that part of my personality is not functioning well. To that extent, I am handicapped. In the same way, the society is a composite of everybody, and each one of them have a role to play. And if set of people or one person doesn't do the job or does the wrong thing, it will affect the entire society. And that is the reason why, Arjuna, that part of the people who are not doing their job and are disturbing others should be eliminated. And that is exactly what I am asking you to do. You have to eliminate those who are disturbing the whole integrity of the society. Duryodhana, Karna, Drona, Bhishma, all these people, they are very efficient in what they are doing, but they are not doing the right thing. Karna is a very good warrior. Duryodhana also. Bhishma, your own grandfather. Great. Drona, the teacher. But they are standing for a wrong cause. They are causing unhappiness, violence, disturbance to the society. And you cannot afford to leave them there. So each one of them doing their work for a common purpose, common goodness. When each one of them do their work without expecting personal result, karma yoga. And if they do wrong or they fail to do what they are supposed to do, then the whole society gets disturbed and it becomes handicapped. To that extent it becomes weak. And you are here to correct it. I am here to correct you. Think correctly. So this is good. And Arjuna would ask, why me? Why are you asking me to do that? Because you are a leader. Everybody is looking up to you. So who is the leader? Next session. What's the characteristic of a leader? Okay, we will see that. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Hari Om.